Hey everyone, I'm meteorologist David Paul coming at you from Dothan, Alabama, southeast Alabama on this Sunday afternoon. It is 1:31 local time, central time here, as I track some showers and thunderstorms coming on through the Wiregrass, southeast Alabama, southwest Georgia, and the Florida Panhandle, and keep an eye on the satellite picture because an area of showers and thunderstorms off the coast of Florida and Georgia into the Atlantic may become a tropical disturbance as it moves on through the northern Gulf as we get towards, say, the middle portion of the week. So a lot to cover here on this Sunday. Let me begin by looking at the radar view in my home area, southeast Alabama, looking at the city of Dothan there and surrounding parts of Houston County southward into Jackson County, Florida. A lot of showers and storms showing up. Geneva County right here, looking at some heavy downpours and then pulsing showers and storms through Coffee County between Enterprise and New Brockton up there towards Elba, the northern part of Covington County up into Crenshaw County, seeing quite a few showers and storms. Here's the big view, kind of a broad area of scattered activity from parts of Alabama into the Florida Panhandle. Most of that is off to the east of Mariana and west of Tallahassee between really the Mariana and say Quincy area as there's a clock about 1:30 or so on this Sunday afternoon. Inland, the showers and storms will be pulsing and producing some heavy rainfall at times. So as we zoom in here at 1:30 on the nose to Dothan from downtown off to the east side of the circle, right along 84, some really intense rainfall. And then south on 231 towards the National Peanut Festival Fairgrounds, some heavy rainfall. You take 52 off to the northeast up there towards Webb, and then areas north of 52, the far northern part there of Houston County into the southern part of Henry County, some heavy rainfall here. This is one of those areas that has seen a lot of rain in recent weeks, but then you take areas to the west here of Dothan from this area northward and westward, there really has not been much rain, and so far today there really has not been much rain in that area. Most of it kind of just pulsing up, dropping to the southeast. So some areas get some heavy downpours for the afternoon hours. Other areas continue to miss out. Unfortunately, if you need the rainfall, hopefully you get some in your area. There is a special weather statement in effect for part of the area. Kind of we'll see some of these boxes pop up here and there for the afternoon, and there could be an occasional severe thunderstorm warning that mixes in because the atmosphere is so bubbly today that as these storms form and go way up into the sky, they will collapse. At times put down wind gusts in excess of 40 miles per hour, maybe a little bit higher than that at times. Big view. Northwest of us, quite a few showers and storms showing up here. New Brockton over towards, say, Elba at this hour. These are pulsing, dropping down to the southeast. Some of these outflow boundaries are coming together. So there's one moving up to the north. There's one moving down to the south. When these collide, likely somewhere near Fort Rucker or just north of Enterprise, there should be some new development, and then that may drift down to the south. So there's some hope there over parts of, say, Dale County that you get some showers and storms yet this afternoon. This will linger probably into the evening hours before we see it kind of fade away. Let me show you some of the modeling on this rain setup. I'm going to go over to let's see what the most recent run is of the HER. And let's see, the 17 run is out. So I'm going to show you. We'll go back this up a little bit. So this is a look at the computer model showing us where the rain will pop this afternoon. Obviously, it's not doing a good job, and that's the problem with short-term modeling. It gives you a general idea of what the atmosphere will do. It is not perfect. So 1 p.m. Sunday, 2 p.m. on Sunday, there's a whole lot more shower and storm activity out there than what this model shows, but you get the general idea that these showers and storms pulse all afternoon and then begin to wind down as we work on through the evening hours. So say by 7, 8 o'clock or so, most areas should be drying out, but certainly heavy rainfall in the short term, 1:33 p.m. A good chunk there of Crenshaw County, a good portion of Coffee County seeing some heavy downpours, and this area has seen some steady rainfall over the past hour. The eastern part of Geneva County, most of that now east of Geneva, but through Hartford, Slocum, some rainfall in the vicinity northward into the southern part there of Dale County and the far western part of Houston County, and then some heavy rainfall the northern part there of Jackson County, mainly north of Mariana. But where these storms are pulsing, they are really putting down some serious rainfall. So there's a pocket of intense rain There's Highway 231 crossing into Florida, Campbellton right there. There's Jacob City, off to the west of Jacob City and off to the southeast of Graceville, just a pocket of really, really heavy rainfall there in Jackson County. And then farther to the east in Jackson County from Malone southward to Greenwood, and then back to the west, some heavy rainfall in that portion of the Wiregrass also. Hit or miss showers and storms for the rest of the afternoon hours, fading away as we go through the evening hours. I want to show you something on the satellite real quick as we cover the tropics, because some tropical organization still looks to be a possibility as we go through this week, really towards, say, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, somewhere south of us in the Gulf. The satellite view this afternoon shows, again, the pop-up showers and storms kind of in this corridor from parts of central Alabama southward towards the Big Bend area of Florida. But farther to the east of us, we're watching this area of showers and storms in the Atlantic. This is not tropical in nature. It's just some deep convection out there. This was some upper level energy up here back on, say, Friday. It's been moving off to the east. It's been moving its way southward, and it's got a lot of convection with it at this point, but it's not organized into an area of low pressure, at least not yet. That will likely happen as we get towards, say, Monday, Tuesday, as it approaches the coast of Florida, and then from there, it moves off to the west into the northern part of the Gulf, somewhere in this general vicinity Tuesday morning, and then Wednesday in here, and then sometime Thursday into Friday, probably somewhere up into this area for the center of low pressure. Now the question is, how strong will that center of low pressure be as we get towards Wednesday, Thursday? Really no way to know for sure. It's hurricane season. The modeling is not perfect. It's decent, but it's not perfect, especially when it comes to intensity before a system even forms. But if you look at it from a purely meteorological setup, we've got an area of disturbed weather in the atmosphere, pretty clear to see where that is. It's in an environment that has really light shear overall right now. You don't see the clouds above going anywhere very quickly. So it's over warm water, low shear, just a bubbly atmosphere that may produce a bit of a spin in time that goes westward and then moves on through the Gulf. At that point, again, it may take on tropical characteristics, could easily become a tropical depression, could become a tropical storm. The Hurricane Center has it at a 20% chance of organization. I'm expecting that to be upgraded because it does look to be a situation that will support some decent shower and storm activity and maybe a decent area of low pressure in the Gulf as we go through time. I'm going to switch over to a different source here. I want to show you some of the modeling on this storm. So I'm going to punch up the AI model for the European. I'm going to take you back here to Sunday midday. So there's the depiction of the showers and storms out there in the Atlantic. The AI modeling is really cool. The AI European model has been out now for a couple of years. The Google DeepMind is relatively new for the public, available this year, but it's been in use for the past couple of years. The AI modeling has a vast database of weather that it was trained on. And what it can do very quickly is analyze today's weather, compare it to a similar time in the past, and then extrapolate the future from now forward based on what happened in the past when the atmosphere was similar. So it's really just like what we do. We learn from the past, apply it to the future. That's what these AI models do. They're not physics-based. They're simply based on past weather, machine learning. And they're very promising. I'll tell you what, I'm really excited about the future of meteorology with these AI models. So that being said, I'm going to take you through time here. Midday Sunday, showers and storms out there in the Atlantic as we get towards Monday morning. So that's in UTC time. 12Z Monday is 7 a.m. Monday Central Time. There's the depiction of the surface low pressure and the adjacent heavy rainfall around that developing area of low pressure moving into Florida as we get towards Tuesday morning. So the short-term HER model is somewhere in here. The longer range European AI model is somewhere in here, not too far from, say, Clearwater by Tuesday morning. The general rainy pattern sweeps on through the Florida Peninsula and then into the Gulf as we get later in the week. So I'll stop it here. Wednesday morning, 7 o'clock Wednesday morning Central Time. There's the area of low pressure south of where we are here in Alabama into the Gulf. A lot of heavy rainfall with that broad area of low pressure. You don't see a bunch of isobars, so you don't see the depiction of a very strong area of low pressure in the Gulf. But by Wednesday morning, 7 o'clock, there will be some sort of low pressure out there in the Gulf, and the atmosphere looks supportive of a tropical depression, maybe a tropical storm. Again, we don't have great intensity modeling this far out, but there's certainly that chance for some kind of a tropical cyclone to form there. Midday Wednesday, Wednesday evening, this model by early Thursday, that's 7 o'clock Thursday morning, takes that center into Louisiana. There's some heavy rainfall into Louisiana by Thursday evening at 7 p.m. And then I'll stop it here Friday morning at 7 o'clock in the morning. A lot of showers and storms there in Louisiana. But the broad flow around that will bring that moisture northward from the Gulf. So if we're looking at our area here where I cover southeast Alabama into Georgia and Florida, pretty good onshore flow. Wednesday, starting to see that come in. And then Thursday and then Friday, a pretty good batch of moisture. So locally, yeah, showers and storms out there today. Better rain chances overall from later Wednesday into Thursday and into Friday. And there will likely be some heavy downpours that show up at times as we track that tropical energy in the Gulf. What does it become? That's the question as we go through time. It's something we have to kind of just wait and see. And it's something that has been in the long range AI modeling first for quite a while, and some of the ensemble data too from the European and the GFS, kind of some weather lingo, but it's no surprise that we have this developing area of low pressure off there off the coast of Georgia and Florida. Short term though, as we look across the South in general, it's kind of a hot and humid summertime day. It's the middle of July. This is what happens in the South. We get the heating of the day and we get these showers and storms to break out. Got a heavy downpour outside as I speak, which is good because I'm in one of those areas in the Dothan area that really hasn't seen much rain in recent weeks. So hopefully I get a bunch of rain as we go through today and beyond. A lot of rainfall moving out through Louisiana at this hour too. Let me go back over to the model data. I'm going to go to the 12Z HER run and show you that spin off the coast that will be moving westward in time. So let me set this up. I'm going to take it back to, let's see, about right now, 1, 2 o'clock on Sunday. So just watch that area of showers and storms out there as we go through time and notice the counterclockwise spin that develops and then it begins to move back to the west towards the coast of Florida. This model brings it towards the coast, Daytona Beach or so by Tuesday at 7 a.m. Will that be perfect? Probably not, but you get the general gist of it. That's a disturbed area of showers and storms out there begins to take on a counterclockwise spin, starting to see low pressure form, and then starting to see it move to the west sometime on Tuesday. And if there's enough spin that holds together through the Florida Peninsula, because the land will disrupt that flow a little bit, if there's a decent spin into the Gulf, there certainly could be some tropical organization at that point. So all eyes will be on what happens in the Gulf as we go through this week. A chance for some tropical development there in the northern part, northeastern part of the Gulf. All right, back to radar view here, 1:41 p.m. I'm not going to stay on all day here, but I just want to give you an update on what we're looking at and the showers and storms that are coming on through because it's Sunday. I mean, a lot of you want to be outdoors enjoying the outside, maybe the pool, but you can't do it because of the showers and thunderstorms and the lightning strikes. And the issue today is some of these lightning strikes are occurring several miles away from the actual thunderstorm core. So there's a lightning strike showing up basically in the middle of nowhere in Covington County. Here are some strikes in Covington County that are coming out from the top of these clouds. So the positive strikes from the top of the cloud connecting to negative charges at the ground well away from the actual thunderstorm core. And these are the strikes that catch people off guard because they do occur so far away from the actual center of the rainfall. So that one there is arcing out 5 miles. This one, let me clear that and go here. That's about 4 miles away from the actual thunderstorm. There's another strike here. That's about 3 to 4 miles away from the actual storm center. So get rid of that. All right, there we go. Oh, clear that. All right, there we go. So another strike here showing up in central Geneva County. So there's Geneva, there's Coffee Springs, there's another lightning strike, and really the nearest thunderstorm is up there by Clay-Hatchie. So let me do a distance calculator on that. From the center of that storm to that lightning strike is, can we see it? I guess we can't. Let's go here to here. So 10, about roughly 10 miles away from that storm. So just kind of a case in point there that some of these lightning strikes are occurring a fair distance away from the actual center of the storms. Bubbly storms here, by the way, in the western part of Houston County, kind of the panhandle part of the county, in the southern Dale County there. And then right on through the city of Dothan now, some heavy rainfall pulsing off to the west there on 84, and then up to the north and to the west towards Midland City and Pinkard, Newton. These areas will likely see some pretty good rainfall fill in over the next half hour. These storms are kind of pulsing and then drifting their way down to the south. And the core of these showers and storms are really intense. So blinding rainfall there, 231 and the circle, and a little bit of pink showing up there. Sometimes that can indicate the chance for some hail, although the freezing level is pretty high today, so the hail threat overall should be on the lower side. Let me see if I can't pop up the VIL, just take a peek at what could be some hail cores across the area. So looks like that's just some heavy rainfall, but that looks to be a little bit of a hail core in Houston County off to the north of 52, not too far away from Webb, and then right along 84, not too far away from Gordon, that could also be a hail core. So I'm going to go dual pane here, and we're going to do a look at the reflectivity and the VIL. So the VIL is the vertically integrated liquid, and this tells us where the heavy rain is and or hail. Usually this time of year to get hail, I mean, if you see the purple showing up, that could be at least some small hail. White would indicate hail for sure, but this is probably some smaller hail and very heavy rainfall. So the center of that storm is right in through here, that area of dark red, and then this cell right along 84 is the one that is producing some probably pea-sized hail. So double barrel threat this afternoon for severe chances, although low. There could be some hail mixed in, and there could be some gusty winds. I'm not seeing much in the way of wind yet with these cells. Let me go back over to the velocity. I'm going to switch this around actually. I'm going to go reflectivity on this side, and we'll go velocity on this side. So, all right, there's a look at base velocity using the Fort Rucker radar. And I'll animate this. What you'll see basically with these cells is kind of a split where the winds just kind of sink and go out. So that's a pretty good indication of not necessarily a downburst, but a downburst signature would look similar where the winds are going towards the radar site and away from the radar site are right around the center of that storm. So you get the winds to kind of come down and spread out, and the winds can be gusty when that occurs. And if they're really tall storms, then you can get really gusty winds at the surface. But not seeing anything that would indicate severe damaging winds. But as you saw there with that cell, a little right there, a little pulsing of that red and the pink there. I'm going to pause this and kind of break this down. We'll zoom in, let's see, right where that occurred. So right there, so you get a couple cells here, or a couple pixels, I should say, of these winds coming down and then spreading down to the southeast. And these are winds in excess of 30 to 40 miles per hour, which isn't horrible, but it's gusty. Certainly a 35, 40 mile per hour wind gust is like a tropical storm, so it can produce some weak damage or low end damage here and there. Another indication here, this is a small cell. This is really interesting. This is a small cell just northwest of the airport. So there's the runway at the Dothan Regional Airport. There's a small cell. So what you're looking at, and the risk is great because the radar is right there. So the rain from that cell is coming down, and then it's spreading out. So you've got winds going towards the radar site, winds away from the radar site, and there's that split right there north of Midland City. So in this area, just northwest of the airport, very gusty winds with that cell. And that is something to keep in mind if you are in that part of Dale County. Some torrential rainfall and some very gusty winds. And that general setup of these little pulses of wind like that can happen very quickly. And notice that was just one scan, basically, where that wind hit the ground and spread out. It was right there. So one scan, and then it kind of went away. So that's basically a microburst or a downburst. The winds very quickly hit the ground, spread out, last for a couple minutes, and that's it. So you're not going to see warnings on these more than likely when it's just so brief. But you will, if you get underneath one of these cells, see some gusty winds. So just kind of keep that in mind for the afternoon hours there. Another cell pulsing off to the north there of Enterprise. That one also producing some gusty winds. And again, these may prompt a couple warnings here and there as we go on through the afternoon hours. I'm going to go back over to just the single mode and show you the big view of the radar. So pulsing showers and storms this afternoon, heavy downpours. Some areas in this situation may see, man, 2-3 inches when it's all said and done. And then some nearby spots may not get anything. For example, here in Dale County, where my hand is, it's been completely dry so far today. But then I go down here and look at some of these spots have just been in some heavy rainfall for the past hour. So it's really hit or miss in nature. Some areas getting just a bunch of rainfall this afternoon. Some other areas are just completely missing out, I should say, on the rain this afternoon. So we're watching it for sure. I'll keep my eyes on the radar as we track the showers and storms and keep tracking that potential for some tropical organization over the next several days. Also in the Gulf, that will be a big story. Again, no surprise, something that I saw in the long-range AI models. It's been several days now since it was starting to show up. So it's still there, and we've got that disturbance out there in the Atlantic to watch. That's it for now on this live stream. Enjoy your Sunday. I'll keep watching the weather, and you can follow me along on Facebook too for some more updates. But hey, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are watching this and you found me somehow. Spread the word. I will hop on here more and more as we go through time, as we track the showers and storms, especially days like this when it's active and maybe you just want a quick check on the weather. I'll be here to watch it here and there. So that's it for now. I'll catch you later.